One of which we've heard.
One of which we've heard of. The other one.
And listened to.
We can talk through this. Not that professional. Nobody can hear us anyways. Hi, this is our movie one.
They can't hear me through the theme, but they can see me brush my mustache on your mic. On the screen.
Yeah. I still think
Just marking my territory, dude. You'll know which ones are mine because they'll be like weird golden whiskers sticking out of it.
yeah. Okay, so this is our movie show. Yeah. And I think I don't know, we haven't released any. At some point some of these will be released. And me saying this,
You've already let whoever's listening to this know that we've recorded movie podcasts before this one.
yeah, which I assume, I mean, they're out there. Maybe people will watch them.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Man,
Stuff's happening in the future that I'm saying in the past right now that'll be irrelevant.
This is 12 Monkeys.
That's the whole movie. And, yep.
1995's 12 Monkeys.
1995's 12 Monkeys.
Directed by weird guy Terry Gilliam.
Yeah. Monty Python's Terry Gilliam.
Amongst other things. Amongst, movies.
That's the only thing I know him from. I'm sure there's other
This
stuff.
is the first Terry Gilliam movie you've ever seen, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Aren't you supposed to be English, though? Haven't you seen Time Bandits?
No, I'm not English.
Nobody made you see Time Bandits?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that Time Bandits would have been released at the time when you still were English.
Let's see. Well, I saw Fear and Loathing.
Everybody saw that.
Everybody saw that. I did not see Time Bandits.
I don't like Fear and Loathing.
I didn't get it. I'm sure it was great. I saw The Brothers Grimm.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it kind of fucking loses itself somewhere in the middle after all the people in the hotel casino turn into lizards.
Yeah.
After that, I'm out of it.
I think like Benicio del Toro is the only reason to watch that movie. But any movie that he's in is the only reason to watch that movie.
There's a brown race that guy hasn't fucking played. He's playing like a Samoan in that movie or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's been like everything.
He's been everything. Colombian.
He's been Colombian.
He was Colombian in
Scario.
Sicario.
I call that Scario. Starring Benicio del Toro as Scario.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
That's an awesome movie. I love that movie.
Did you see a sequel?
No, that looked kind of garbagey.
Oh.
I feel like you really needed a character who wasn't Josh Brolin or Benicio del Toro at the center of it.
Yeah.
Because Josh Brolin's just kind of a douchey caricature, and Benicio del Toro is like an unstoppable badass. So if you take a regular girl out of the center of the thing, it's just an action movie.
Yeah. Okay. I was still gonna watch it. We'll see.
Hey, best of luck, man.
I've seen absolutely anything, which don't fucking watch that movie.
What is that? Is that about Python?
No, absolutely anything is like Robin Williams' last fucking movie. And
what does Terry Gilliam have to do with that?
He
produced it.
Either wrote it, directed, or produced it.
Produced
it. Probably wrote it. But it's Simon Pegg, Jennifer something, whatever, Ben Affleck's Jennifer
Garner.
And and Robin Williams. Robin Williams play.
That's like 3 strikes for me right there. Just who's in it. Like, I don't want...
Not Simon Pegg. I'll do Simon Pegg as long as it's Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright.
Aha.
Yeah.
You hit it. Sometimes, even then, sometimes.
He did another movie that was pretty good. But, yeah, he ends up getting, like, the power of God. Like, it's a Bruce Almighty. It's the British Bruce Almighty. And, like, Robin Williams.
Did we need a British version of Bruce Almighty?
I guess. And, Robin Williams is a talking dog. He's the voice of the dog. It's a terrible movie. Don't fucking watch it.
No, I'm
So, anyways, I've seen I've seen a few different Terry Gilliam
okay.
movies.
Because I was under the impression when we picked this one that not only I understood that you hadn't seen this and you felt like you needed to, but I didn't know if you'd seen any other Terry Gilliam movies.
Oh, he did a movie with Christoph Waltz. I might have to watch that. The Zero.
Nope, don't do it.
Okay, you don't watch that movie.
Don't do it.
Okay, you saw it?
Pretty much. I mean, keep going backwards. Go to like early 2000s. What did he make in the 2000s?
I don't know. Google doesn't put this shit in order. The Brothers Grimm.
Oh yeah,
2005.
that's where he fell off, right there. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. That's not a very good movie either.
Did he do that?
Yes.
Oh, it's not on here.
I'd say the only good thing about that is Tom Waits plays the devil,
Oh,
as he always should have.
oh, he did The Fisher King, another Robin Williams movie. I didn't see that either.
I know. I have a comparison in my notes between this movie and that movie, and like
Oh, okay.
mental illness and
Yeah.
stuff. Comparing like Brad Pitt's performance in this with Robin Williams' performance in that, and the end of my note is I'd make this comparison, but Paul hasn't seen The Fisher King.
All right, well, it's not a good day for Steve.
It's really not. It turns out. I mean, it wasn't bad enough that we picked an album that I already knew I liked. We picked a movie that I not only like but own and have seen like 30 times.
Okay, well,
It's not very interesting when you know you already like the thing you're watching. Because you swoop into the mic and say, it was good. And then you depart.
so this came out December 29th, 95.
Good. I hate when wintry type movies show up in summer for no fucking reason. That pisses me off.
Had a budget of $29 million and made $168 million.
That's good.
Yeah, killed it.
Well, Bruce Willis was just coming off of a Die Hard movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. So this has
So he was like,
Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, Christopher Plummer, that one dude from
David Morse.
The Rock.
David Morse.
Is that it?
The bad guy.
Yeah.
Red ponytail. David Morse.
Yeah, oh boy.
The wigs in this movie, man. The wigs. Even the ones that are supposed to be convincing are a little off. Like there's one scene where Brad
But
Pitt's
the one
got...
where like Bruce Willis puts on a wig towards the end of the movie,
That's supposed to be fake looking.
and his is more convincing than the orange ponytail wig that David Morse puts on.
Or the thing that Madeleine Stowe's got on her head. She was supposed
Yeah.
to have dyed her hair, right?
Yeah.
But that's screaming wig all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of scenes where Brad Pitt has the long hair, and the one where he's got the Brad Pitt look, like the fucking sock on his head,
Yeah.
that looks like his real hair, like Legends of the Fall hair. But the one at the party where he's got it in a ponytail, that shit's looking like yak hair or something. That looks fake as fuck. It might be real. It just looks weird.
He can do long hair. He just can't do a style with it.
I mean, men with ponytails is a real hard look.
What was the fucking the movie where he's like an angel or whatever? Joe Black.
Joe Black.
Yeah, he had
Where
long.
he's blonde.
He has
doesn't have
long hair in that movie.
No, he doesn't. He's got that little blonde. It's blonde. It's like a
Oh,
bowl
yeah.
cut. A haircut you could only get away with in the 90s, basically.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I had it at one point in time.
Yeah, probably everybody did. So, film was shot in Philadelphia and Baltimore. And
Although I don't think it's specified. Is it specified what city they're supposed to be in?
yeah,
Is it supposed to be Philadelphia?
most of it's in Baltimore, and then they take a road trip to Philly.
Okay.
But then,
Well, they
like-
don't. I wouldn't call it a road trip. That's a pretty breezy way of putting it, considering he kidnaps her.
Kidnapping into road trip.
I mean, how else are you gonna kidnap people? You're gonna take them on a road trip,
Yeah,
quote
but
unquote, if you're kidnapping
At
them,
some
right?
point, she gets into it.
Technically.
Her Stockholm syndrome gets out of control.
Well, everybody starts questioning their sanity. It's a good movie. It's confusing a bit. You gotta pay attention.
Yeah. So I made really good notes for like 3/4 of this movie, and
Did you
then
get to World War One?
Yeah. Okay. I think so. So I made pretty good notes 3/4 of the way through the movie, and then like the last quarter of the movie, I just started watching the movie because I was like, this movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I see. This was the problem I had with trying to make notes for this. This is why my notes got made at like 8 o'clock this morning
Yeah.
on like my third viewing in the course of 4 days, trying to make notes because I just watched the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point, I was like, my pen just kind of fell out of the hand, and I was like, oh. Just into the movie. And the movie, like, roll credits. I was like,
I'm lost like that
I got nothing.
after the score starts. The score is awesome, by the way.
yeah.
It's a weird score featuring
the polka
bando-
type shit.
bandoneon. It's
What?
called a bandoneon.
Oh.
It's a squeeze box
I was going to say, it's not a squeeze box?
It's like it's smaller than an accordion, but it's bigger than a concertina.
Yeah.
It's in the family, but it's awesome. It's the weirdest fucking score for a mainstream movie I could imagine.
It really didn't make sense, but I enjoyed it so much. So I read like the description of the movie before I started watching.
You didn't even mention that Madeleine Stowe's in it. She's the lady.
Yeah, she's in it. Nobody knows.
She's
who that
the
is.
lady. No, that's not true. You never
Nobody
seen
knows.
Stakeout, bro?
No.
You know why that is? Because I think this was like her highest profile role in a film at this point. By this
Okay.
point, and then she didn't make another movie for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh.
Had a kid. Wanted to be mom.
You just write it into the movie.
Mom? Lame.
Yeah.
Well, oh, yeah, having her actual kid on her hip during a scene? That'd be great.
Isn't that how most A-list extras?
Thanks for joining us.
Isn't that how I had like a spit full of tea like hanging out in the back of my throat there? How most A-list actresses do their line of work is they just write their kids into a movie.
It depends on how much they want to stick with acting.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's the mid-'90s. You're an actress. You're probably being treated like shit by everybody. So
Sure.
I'll take my 3-year vacation to raise my kid.
So yeah, I read the description of the movie, and my previewing naive thoughts that I wrote down is, where is this movie in reference to Fifth Element? Like
Before.
right before it, though.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
I thought Fifth Element came out in like 96, 97.
99.
You don't know that.
I looked it up.
The Matrix and Fifth Element came out in the same year?
Turns out. Why is that so hard to believe?
Because The Matrix is
Better?
way better.
Well, I blame it on Luc Besson, the director.
Yeah.
Like it has that Euro trash vibe to it, so that's why.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. When did Friday come out?
Man, Bruce Willis wasn't in Friday.
No, Chris Tucker, Fifth Element.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I think 98. If I had to guess, I'd say 98. I don't know, though.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I was like, I thought they were closer, and so I was trying to figure out like which was better received. Obviously, 12 Monkeys was way better
Friday.
received. Friday was up there.
Yeah, no, I think Fifth Element got bad reviews from critics, but people probably showed up to see it.
I love that movie.
I don't know what I would have expected. I'm like, God, I hope I'm not thinking of the wrong director, but Luc Besson made that. But I think his movie, at least his American movie, technically American movie, right before that, was The Professional.
Oh.
which is kind of off the wall and weird in spots. Gary Oldman is anyway, but it's pretty straightforward when it's just Jean Reno
Yeah.
and Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
So I would have felt duped if I went to see The Fifth Element without having seen a trailer. I'm like, oh yeah, the professional guy. Yeah, I'll go see that. Fuck
What
is
the
this cartoon?
Fuck is this? Oh, and he still used Gary Oldman. Holy shit! What's going
Still
on?
let him. Still said, hey, Gary, you remember what you did on the last picture? Do that times 10. We shave half your head. Put a fishbowl on that half.
And a funny accent.
Gotta have a funny accent, man.
Right.
You're working with a guy with a funny accent. Why not everybody have a funny accent?
So yeah, just reading the description, it says like animals rule the ground because of a virus, and so
The above ground.
right,
Humankind lives underground.
it was too vague, and so I was like, is this another Cloud City? Is this the same universe as Fifth Element? What the fuck's going on here?
God, that'd be weird.
Yeah, just fucking
Especially
me up.
when Bruce Willis, bald and slobbery and insane, runs into Bruce Willis with the blonde hair.
He did have blonde hair.
It's
Blonde wig. Is this first time bald Willis?
yes, it is.
Like natural Willis.
Well, yeah, it's the first time that somebody said, "Okay, shave your head completely bald," though, and they were like, he was like, "Is this because of my male pattern baldness? Looks weird." They're like, "No, Bruce, no. Everybody in the future is gonna be shaved bald who's incarcerated. So don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it."
And then he did it. He was like, oh.
And then they only hired one other actor. And they said, shave your head so that Bruce Willis doesn't feel insecure about this, please.
Only one other convict.
Yeah,
shaved his head.
exactly.
So this movie starts out in the year 2035.
God bless Wikipedia for having all of those dates, all those years listed, by the way.
No, they say it in that thing, I think.
They do. But I needed to refresh my memory occasionally,
gotcha, yeah.
just make sure it's like, okay, 2035, 1990, 2035, World War I. So anytime between 1914 and 1918, and then 1996, and 2035, and 1996 again.
Yeah, so this is a time travel disaster virus movie.
Ain't no disaster in it. The disaster is implied to happen. You never see the disaster, so it's not like fucking Dante's Peak or something over here, you know?
Yeah. So when did Outbreak come out?
Man, should I have studied for this shit? I think 97. Again, if I had to guess, I'd say 97. All right, Internet.
Do your stuff. I thought Outbreak come out. Dante's Peak came out in like 95.
Yeah, it was Dante's Peak and Volcano, both. I think they came out within a few months of one another.
Outbreak came out in 95.
Odd year.
95 was...
We're obviously thinking about viruses.
95 was very concerned with viruses and monkeys carrying them. See a lot of monkeys.
Well, that's...
It's the same monkey. They were testing the same monkey with the virus.
Yeah.
And then he caused the outbreak in the movie Outbreak. It was a sequel to 12 Monkeys.
Oh, it's a shitty sequel. I'm really let down. Who directed Outbreak?
Jeff Clusum.
Oh, I got nothing on him.
Hold on, let me find out. Outbreak came out in March.
So it actually beat this movie to theaters.
By a while, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So how pissed?
There was
did you-
somebody.
They had to have been
there was
so mad. Like,
some-
oh fuck.
There was some guy out there who walked out of 12 Monkeys who was like, man, Outbreak was way fucking better.
Maybe. Well, probably.
At least in Outbreak, I got to see Dustin Hoffman die. Pretty sure that happens. It's been a while.
And a relatively young Morgan Freeman, who's been
Right.
53 for the past 40 years.
Annette Bening or Rene Russo?
Rene Russo.
Okay.
Wolfgang Peterson directed Outbreak.
Him I know.
Neverending Story, Air Force One, Perfect Storm, Troy, Poseidon.
Didn't even say Das Boot.
Nobody knows that.
People who watch movies know Das Boot.
We're not getting movie
Like
buffs.
if you're not scared to watch movies, you gotta read. People know Das Boot. Granted, it's like 3.5 fucking hours long, but
Okay, so do you want to talk about the short film that this is based off of?
La Jetée
Yeah.
by Chris Marcher. Oh man, I'm all over the place with my French accent today. It's basically all the interesting beats of this movie.
Yeah.
It's just, there is an English version too that you don't have to read. I couldn't find it for free, but it's basically the same.
Okay. So a deadly virus gets released in '96 that wipes out almost all humanity. 5 billion people.
Yes.
What, we were at 6 billion people at that point in time in '96.
I don't think so.
5.5.
Man, I don't know statistics. It's a movie podcast. Welcome to our statistics podcast. The year 1996.
So everybody went underground, just like in Demolition Man. So this is a prequel to Demolition Man.
we gotta get a whiteboard in here so we can
Yeah, so we can draw all the
all the
lines.
threads, man.
There's another thread that goes to Fight Club too.
So does Jeffrey Goins exist in Edward Norton's imagination too, or
Maybe.
or does David Morse exist in Edward Norton's imagination?
Wait, which one? Oh no, not David Morse. It's
Oh, you know what?
Tyler Durden prequel.
Also, Moonrise Kingdom.
I never
Because
saw him.
well, me neither. But Bruce Willis and Edward Norton are in that movie together.
Oh,
And we keep working on it. Keep on working on it.
okay.
Let's keep on doing the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon on
like-
this shit.
The red string going from all the way over around the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the movie theorist.
And the deadly virus could be what took down Tom Hanks in Philadelphia because they're in Philadelphia.
So the virus is just AIDS then? If they just make this virus AIDS, it's a way darker and way dumber movie. Hey, go ahead.
It's all possible.
It's really not, but go ahead.
Which brings us back to Denzel Washington becoming a ghost, and
We haven't done that yet.
just
He's a lawyer in both movies, by the way.
So it starts out with a kid seeing some long-haired dude get shot in the airport, and then Bruce Willis wakes up and it's 2035 and he's in prison
Right.
for murder.
Uh,
I don't know why he was in prison.
it basically he's detained. They say for like basically just going against society's rules, man.
Yeah, because everybody has
And
to
he's
live.
got 25 to life.
Everybody has to live underground, and
Although you never really see how anybody who's free and isn't one of
Yeah.
these scientists live, so I'm real curious about that.
yeah. I thought that they were gonna he got his pardon or whatever later in the movie, and I thought he was just gonna.
Well, yeah, but by then he just wants to go back and be with Madeleine Stowe. I would too.
I don't know. She was crazy. She was like
He was crazy.
unsettled psychiatrist. No thanks.
I think she does the best actual human being acting in this entire movie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, Brad Pitt's just off the fucking leash. Be a cartoon, be crazy. Bruce Willis is trying real hard, but he's just not that kind of actor.
You know, I don't know how they shot this movie, but
Like, in what order?
Yeah, because if they probably did like the mental hospital scenes first,
Yeah, I would imagine, because they had to build all that future shit, so...
and then and so Brad Pitt's just fucking going for it, and
Or you know what? If my theory about his hair is right,
oh, they might
then
have
they
shot it last.
would have had to
Yeah.
shot the 96 stuff first,
Yeah.
and the 1990 stuff might have been last.
Wow.
Because they would have had to, whatever building they went into, they had to grime it up,
Yeah.
because it's gross.
I don't know then. I feel like Bruce Willis would have gotten to like the scene with Brad Pitt and be like, "Holy shit, he's taking over the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
let that happen."
Oh, I see. The guy that you brought in to win the Oscar. I see. So my performance doesn't really matter, huh? All right. Bruce Willis going back into Bruce Willis coasting mode.
But I like. Oh,
That's not fair. He's all right in this movie.
He's fine, and
And fucking Christopher Plummer has a foghorn leghorn accent for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Nobody in Philadelphia sounds like this, you know.
No,
right?
and your son doesn't sound like that.
Not
so
at
where
all.
the fuck are you from?
And why? Like, you're a virologist. Why does a virologist have to be from, I don't know, the mid to deep south?
So yeah, I don't know, man. I appreciated Bruce Willis in this movie because it's more true to life Bruce Willis of just being a silly guy. Because
He gets to do a little bit of comedy.
he gets to be more himself. Like his action movies, like that is not Bruce Willis. He's not like that in real life. He's
I think
goofy motherfucker.
Modern Bruce Willis movies, action movies, that is Bruce Willis. That's Bruce Willis fucking sleepwalking.
Oh yeah,
So,
maybe.
but yeah, he gets to do a little, and that reminds me, 3 years before this was Death Becomes Her. You ever seen that movie? Where Bruce Willis is playing a nebbish for some reason?
Absolutely.
That was a weird choice. Bruce Willis, huh? The Die Hard guy?
Yeah. So yeah, we're in 2035.
I guess he wasn't the Die Hard guy yet. He was the moonlighting guy still.
No, he was the Die Hard guy. He was Die Hard 1 guy. He still had hair. He's not done.
No, he's not.
I hope he's on camera too. Just harassing you on camera. He sure is. So we're in 2035 and Bruce is in prison for reasons unknown. And they get like pulled out to do mandatory volunteer work to try and trace this virus that whatever they're trying to make a
They
cure
made
for.
it sound like they just kind of pick a name at random and you're the volunteer and you got no choice.
And so he gets picked and he has to put on this fucking ridiculous body condom.
It's wonderful.
Oh my god, just watch him put on that thing is hilarious.
I got a theory about how much plastic is used in the future.
Okay.
Because it doesn't biodegrade.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't finding wood or nothing like that. It's got to be plastic.
Especially underground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, this hazmat suit.
So keep littering. You're saving our post-apocalyptic future.
You're saving Bruce. Do it for Bruce Willis. Yeah, the hazmat suit that he puts on, like, this is 2035, and this is the best fucking hazmat suit you got?
Yeah, absolutely.
Technology and, like, some of these futuristic movies.
Plastics make it possible,
man. So he goes out.
I find this technology fairly reasonable, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just layers and layers of plastic. Nothing will hurt you.
I guess. But he was like, he had to go out and find samples of life above ground, and
he's picking up bugs and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember why to like test him for virus antibodies or whatever the fuck.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's just so we can have that cool shot of the bear threatening him, and then the other cool shot of that lion.
Bear would have fucking murdered him.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
He'll just growl and walk away. No, that bear would have ripped your fucking head off, no questions. And then
that lion.
There's a lion on top of the building.
I don't know why there's a lion on top of what, like a museum or some shit. I don't know how that lion got up there, and I don't care. Yeah. That looks awesome.
It's like Grand Central Station or something. I don't know what the fuck that was. What building
I don't know landmarks in Philadelphia, so.
Yeah. And so it's like snow on the ground, but there's a lion there. I'm like, nope, that fucking lion would have gone, would have left, migrated to somewhere warmer. Lions ain't gonna fuck around in the snow.
No, they're desert animals.
Yeah, he's gonna move to Texas or Florida or something.
I mean, I think the whole deal is that it's supposed to be like a I don't know. They never really explain what the post-apocalypse is supposed to be. I guess it's just winter time.
I guess, but it's just a virus, so that wouldn't affect the weather.
All I'm saying is, I want that fucking shot of the lion on top of the museum. You know that's what Terry Gilliam said. He's like, everybody always pictures the lion, the Lion King shit.
Yeah.
I want that on top of a museum in winter.
When did the Lion
Because
King
it looks
come out?
awesome. I want to say 92, 93. Maybe before this, maybe not. I don't know. I think I was too old to be into Disney movies anymore.
Movie Assumptions.
Or this might have
Featuring
been
Steve.
that might have been the last one I was watching because I know by Pocahontas I was fucking done with Disney.
Oh. I watched all of them, I think.
And I think Disney, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
12 Monkeys.
What monkey are we on? We're on 6, 7?
I think we're only at like 2.
So yeah, he gets like a bunch of fucking samples for the scientists, and then they want to send him back in time to get, because he does such a good job getting samples and he's got like a good memory.
Well, they made it sound like he's the first volunteer in anybody's memory who's actually come back from going out.
Oh.
He talks to his little cellmate guy.
Yeah.
Says volunteers never come back,
Yeah.
but he does.
And he fucking like, yeah, they send him out on like a test run to see how he does in the environment. And then he comes back and they're like, okay, you fucking did it. Now we're going to shoot you through this thing back in time.
We'll definitely get you to 1996.
We'll definitely, get you to 96, but he ends up in 1990. He's instantly arrested and put in a crazy hospital.
You have to stop Eden Hazard from being born.
It's a different show.
I tried to look up stuff that happened in 1991. It was the best one I came up with.
Yeah, so he ends up getting arrested and he goes fucking crazy and he's just dripped the drool.
Oh, I wrote down nice drool acting, Bruce.
Oh my god. They give him like a wicked, like before they send him back in time, they give him, or when he comes back from collecting the samples in the future, they give him like a wicked fucking shower after they take him out of his hazmat suit.
Of course.
They're like, oh, that's a body double. There's fucking no way.
You don't think Bruce was going to put his butt out there?
No.
You don't think that he was going to say, okay, fair's fair, Brad Pitt got his butt out, I'll get my butt out?
No, he fucking for sure that's a body double.
All right. I don't know. We'll have to do some research into that.
His back muscles were too developed.
It's 1995.
I guess.
It was Die Hard Bruce Willis.
Nah, it doesn't matter. He doesn't like to work out, I don't think. That's a lawsuit, probably.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Go ahead.
Instantly sued. Just file that under Axl Rose. Just
No, they're all coming for us.
well,
Every single episode.
why even do a show? Oh, you want our $3 of YouTube money?
Mars Volta guys are like, do you call us smack bags?
Well, guess he's right. Actually, I need to order some.
Order some from Amazon or what?
I don't know.
Amazon.drugs.
They got a guy.
Of course.
They're at that point in their life where they got a guy that brings them.
Oh, by the way, I also have
groceries
a note about this lockup with the drool acting.
Yeah.
If I were a hot lady psychiatrist, I'm keeping a pair of slacks in my back seat for occasions like this.
Oh yeah.
She walks in with this fucking micro mini skirt. It's
Yeah.
like
Where was she before that? She was at like an art museum or
some
some
poetry
fucking
reading. It
shit?
was like
Yeah.
a poetry reading.
And so she's like, "Oh, I'm getting paged." Oh, she was at an auction, I think. She's like, "I'm getting
Was
paged."
she from London? Oi!
She
Got a paged.
She got a page, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to this fucking prison. I'm gonna go there as in this scantily clad ultra mini skirt and get approach a fucking crazy person."
Yeah. I'll go through a pen of crazy persons.
No,
No, not at all.
I'm gonna fucking do that.
Well, he was chained to the floor, so.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just in chains, crouched down.
I thought he was chained to the floor.
Oh no, I don't know, maybe. But they lathered him with drugs, like put a bunch of tranquilizers in him and shit, and he was just drooling all over the place, but still.
The whole scene. The
Gross.
entire scene.
Oh my god.
I wanted
so
to know what
gross.
kind of. We had to give him a drool aid here because it's like a 2-foot long spit string and it don't stop.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
No.
Take after take, I don't got that much spit.
I don't. He has a lot of AIDS. That's why I'm saying it was probably a fucking body double. Like,
He has a lot of AIDS.
yeah, because of the virus.
That's a
in the
fucking
movie.
lawsuit. Oh, the character.
Yeah, yeah.
Cole,
The character.
not Bruce Willis. No offense, Mr. Willis.
Um.
You do not have any AIDS that we know of.
No. He doesn't want to do it himself. You gotta give him everything, and then he'll.
He'll drool on camera.
Yeah. As long as you give him the drool.
I don't know. I give him credit for allowing himself to be seen that gross.
Yeah. No. I was
Throughout
like,
the movie.
as he popped up with the drool, I was like, wow, he's really going for it. Good for him.
I mean, you do what you have to do for Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam's a big fucking deal in 1995.
Apparently. And then they give him another shower.
Well, that's the lockup shower. Where you're like,
Yeah.
you're getting deloused.
And that one, I don't think he used a body double.
What are you, some kind of like the back part of Bruce Willis expert?
Yeah.
Really studying that buttock?
Yeah.
That's fine. I ain't judging you.
He was a little more flabby.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna turn the movie on again. I'm gonna check those buttocks and back muscles as well.
Yeah, in both scenes. Like in the future, he looked,
Oh yeah,
A little too
I'm
muscly?
thorough, man. I'm thorough.
and then we went to the past. He was like a little more like flabby. So I was like,
Well,
one,
maybe-
one of those is a body double.
Maybe one got shot right after he got out of Die Hard, and then the other one was way later, when he's back on his Bruno donut diet or whatever.
I don't know because
He's like,
if it's the future stuff, it was shot at the end.
I heard we
maybe.
were shooting in Philly. I'm cheesesteak, cheesesteak.
Wouldn't you?
Fuck yeah.
Bring me another cheesesteak from Jerry's
I mean,
Emporium.
I wouldn't if they were gonna have my ass on camera though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, fix that in post. And then he got a lice search, even though he's bald, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, body hair.
He's no body hair, shaved completely bald. You don't search a guy for
I mean,
lice.
there's
if
more
you don't-
spots where you can have hair on your body though.
But they just checked his head. Anyways.
Anyways,
So he gets admitted to this fucking mental institute, and of course they're gonna interview him. And the more he talks, the crazier he sounds.
oh, also Frank Gorshin, the '60s Batman's Riddler. I think he's really good in this,
Oh.
and he's just smoking all the time, and he's a real
Yeah.
asshole.
I thought he was familiar.
It's great.
All right. So, he gets admitted into the mental institute, and they introduce him to Jeffrey Goins, played by Brad
Or
Pitt.
Jeffrey Goins introduces himself. He like bounces across the room.
Yeah. No, because he's sitting in the chair, and the dude's like, "Hey, show him around." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna pay me?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll give you $5,000. $5,000. $5,000. $5,000. $5,000. 5,000. I was like, "Holy shit, dude! Just take the money that you're not getting, and let's move on with the scene." So yeah, then Brad gives him a tour of the room, and like, really like, "Oh, you're supposed to be a crazy person, Brad. I know what you want."
Yeah, it is. It's
No.
really just an excuse to let Brad Pitt like go absolutely insane, overacting, hamming it up, bouncing off the walls with his crazy contact lens eyeball. But it's a Terry Gilliam movie, so you can't possibly go too big
Yeah.
because you're in this weird quasi-cartoon but like evil world.
And there's only so much seriousness a traditionally comedic guy can give you before it like takes a leap into cartoon.
Which was the comparison I was going to make between him and Robin Williams in The Fisher King, because I actually think it works better with Brad Pitt, because up to this point, Brad Pitt was only just starting to be a movie star.
Yeah,
on his own.
He had done. He had done like a Thelma and Louise, I think.
He was
He had
just
like
sexy guy in Thelma and Louise, but he was in A River Runs Through It, and he was in Interviews with the Vampire, but that was Tom Cruise's movie, and a few other things where it was more ensemble-y. And his first one where he's the guy in the movie, was Legends of the Fall, where he's just shirtless and long-haired and sexy in the entire movie. And this was right before this.
Oh.
So all the ladies that went and saw Legends of the Fall, never seeing the trailer for 12 Monkeys, would be like, this looks weird and dark. Brad Pitt's in it. Like, okay, you get to see his butt for a second, but he looks weird in the entire movie.
This is also young Brad Pitt, who's only on 1 pack of cigarettes a day, I think.
Right.
And maybe 6 beers. Not the Brad Pitt we have today of 3 packs of cigarettes.
God bless him. Aside from that ass shot, he doesn't have to be undressed in any way throughout the entire movie. He was probably so happy.
Oh, I get to just be a regular actor?
You mean I can eat 3 meals a day again?
So yeah, Brad Pitt gives him a tour of the facility, or like this fucking room, and he starts spouting off like Tyler Durden-esque shit about like corporations and all that.
Well,
we're
yes,
just consumers and
not,
fucking
not
like,
charismatic and charming though.
No,
he's
just
crazy,
babbling
and
crazy.
you can tell. Oh, conspiracy theorist. Okay, that's fine. Just let him go. He'll tire himself out.
So I was like sitting there thinking like, is this like an alternate universe Tyler Durden, or is this like?
I always think of this.
This is 1990, so like he was in the nut house when he was younger, and then as he got older, he like got out and reformed himself. And
I always like to think of it as, oh, good, Brad Pitt's making interesting choices. He is still an actor and not just a handsome guy. But he'd still do handsome guy roles. Like, it'd be 2 weird ones and then 2 handsome guy, 2 weird ones, 2 handsome guys.
Yeah,
something like that.
Not anymore.
No, now it's all handsome guy all the time.
So after that, they put Bruce Willis down in in front of the panel of psychiatrists to interview him and see what level of crazy person they just got. And they gave him some jelly sandals.
Oh, I missed those.
Yeah.
It's the 90s.
They gave him jelly sandals, which were the original Crocs.
The original piece of shit footwear.
Oh, and while they're getting the tour of the facility, we got like a guy that was supposed to be Lawrence Fishburne, but they couldn't get Lawrence Fishburne, so they just got a guy that looked like Lawrence Fishburne and talked like him in the tuxedo with the bunny slippers. That's where you see the jelly sandals. And he just you just gotta give up. There you go. So you just get this dude like lean on Bruce's shoulder.
Yeah, I like
the tuxedo and tell him a bunch of nonsense, and then disappear and never. It's like a cross between Neil deGrasse Tyson and.
I thought that guy was was he a patient in this nut house, or was he an orderly?
No, he was a patient, and he had a tuxedo and bunny slippers.
Was not paying a huge amount of attention to this part of the movie.
Yeah, and so Brad Pitt's got like a nice sweater and loafers, and this guy's got a fucking tuxedo. Like, where are these mental patients
seemed like
getting
they
their
had
close?
Kind of a loose dress code,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you're gonna make them live in the shittiest asylum anywhere, then go ahead and wear what you want.
I guess. So yeah, they put him in front of the panelists, the scientists, and he explains like, I'm from the future, and I got a phone number I can call and leave a voicemail, and
it's this harried mother of 5 or whatever.
Yeah. And so he gets off, and he's like, oh fuck, no, I'm supposed to be 96, so that's a different phone number, blah blah blah. No, you're a crazy person. Back to your fucking room. So then he's laying in bed, and he looks out the window to like some people making out in the street next to the insane asylum, and Brad Pitt fucking pops up again.
You're not going to talk about the spider?
2 beds over. Oh, we'll get there. Brad Pitt pops up 2 beds over and starts going off about nonsense again, and then like crawls over the other guy sleeping and gets all the way to like sitting on Bruce's fucking shoulder like a parrot. And the whole time Bruce finds a little spider, and then he's trying to find a spot.
It is not a little spider.
It's a pretty big spider. It is not a Philadelphia native spider.
No, that was
This is
that was one thought.
South American giant spider.
The other one is I wrote down, oh, you want me to handle the spider? Nice working with you, Terry, but I quit.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. Look at this spider. I ain't touching this fucking thing.
So he picks up the spider, tries to find a place for the spider. Can't find a place for the spider. And so he just eats the spider. But like swallows it whole.
Yeah.
No joint.
Yeah, it's gross. It's
Yeah.
a pretty gross scene.
And so everybody hears Brad Pitt yelling nonsense, so they come in to get him and take him away. And he's like, "Well, I'm a crazy person. I'm supposed to do this." They're like, wow, what's the weird self-awareness there?
I got agitated. I got agitated.
It was great. I'm insane. I'm supposed to lash out every once in a while.
So Bruce Willis takes this opportunity to make a break for it, right?
No.
Or is that the morning after?
Yeah, the morning after, he just gets depressed and starts writing a note with crayon.
Mm-hmm.
And Brad Pitt comes over and more nonsense.
All right, and this is when he apparently plants the Army of the 12 Monkeys idea in Brad Pitt's head.
Right.
Wipe out humanity and free the animals.
Right. And yeah, so then for some reason he goes banana, like Brad Pitt gets too loud, and so they sedate everybody in the room and put him in front of the TV.
Seems humane.
Yeah. Oh, they're doing like animal testing on the TV.
Yeah, they're messing up bunnies.
Yeah, and I was like, is the animal experiment show really good for mental patients? Like,
I mean, they might have just turned
put all
on
these
like
mental patients in front of a TV and watch animals get like
turned on channel.
IV'd and, like-
It doesn't seem like these people really give a shit about these patients, by the way.
oh no,
So
no, but I want to pacify them as much as possible. Like,
that's what the drugs are for, Paul.
I guess, like really fucking fuck with these patients, man.
Oh, we're lazy doctors. What can you do?
Give them a bunch of drugs
We
and
just
then
want to get
have
back
them
to
watch
our.
these
Just want to
animal
get back to our
experiments.
long table so we can chain smoke.
So, and again, they're talking, and Brad Pitt's talking about monkeys, and I'm like, oh, Tyler Durden, like, yeah, you're looking like a space monkey. Fucking slapping in the back of the head.
Actually, the first time I thought about Space Monkeys was when Bruce Willis was putting on that body condom.
Oh.
I was like, Space Monkey? And then he's putting on more and more layers of plastic. I'm like, Space Monkey, bald head, the whole thing.
So they sedate everybody and put them in front of the TV, and then Toodles pops up. Toodles from Hook.
He does?
Yeah, he's in the movie.
What's he doing?
He's just sitting next to Bruce Willis watching TV.
He's just kind of an extra?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, he has like a couple of lines and he disappears. And monkey, 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 and like Brad Pitt pops up with a key, but Bruce Willis is out of it. He's just in fucking Planet 9.
From outer space?
Yeah, has no idea what's going on. And so Brad's like, you gotta fucking escape. I'll cause a ruckus. You escape. And so he does
I'll cause a
that.
ruckus. Kind of what I'm known for. Around here.
Yeah. So he does that, and the whole time he's doing it, he's like, now. You gotta go now. So we see Bruce Willis slowly try to escape, even though he's fucked up on drugs.
And he pops into like some MRI room or something like that. It's a medical thing. I don't.
Yeah. These
And
are
this doctor's
just the worst.
this doctor's
doctors.
like,
Can I help you?
May I help you?
Can I help you?
He's clearly
Yeah.
a patient. Can I help you, sir?
This guy that's like got scars on the side of his head, and he's in clearly mental patient scrubs and stuff. Just, Yes, sir.
They're bad doctors. This is what I'm
You're
saying,
fucking
man. They're
like
bad
they
doctors.
grab this dude. So he saunters off to the elevator, and there's a security guard there. And the security guard looks at him and says, "Elevator's broken." And then they just stare at each other for a minute, and Bruce walks away.
You know, it's because I love this movie that I don't have a problem with a lot of this stuff. But
Yeah.
watching it, like, critically,
Yeah.
like, this fucking hospital, man. Fire everybody.
Yeah. Nobody here gives a shit. And so Bruce goes to another elevator, and a bunch of doctors are coming up, and they open the door, and he just kind of leans over to the side. He's just like, "You don't see me." And these 3 medically trained doctors who are looking for mental patients just walk right by this mental patient who's not where he's supposed to be.
They got to get back to their long table, smoke their cigarettes.
I guess they just
Got important things
nobody
to
gives
do.
a shit about mental patients in this hospital unless they get too far away from where they're supposed to be. Like he gets almost to the entrance or whatever, and that's when everybody's like, "Oh fuck, we got a mental patient loose. Let's go
Right.
get him." And so they all corner him.
God,
And
why does this keep happening? It's almost like nobody else is paying attention before the front door.
So they all corner him and just shoot him with tranquilizers and lock him up in a room. And then they go back and they look in the room and he's fucking gone. He just
Are you gonna do the? Are you? My favorite thing Frank Gorshin does in this whole movie, like he kneels down and he looks at the restraints which are still locked up, and he's like,
it's
"It's fucking amazing!
that was so fucking
What a
weird.
great thinking noise!"
I didn't know how to write down what the fuck he was doing. Yeah, like folded his bottom lip in and started like
Clicking his tongue off of it.
yeah, but it looked like a little bullfrog or something. I don't know what the fuck was
It's
going on
wonderful.
there. Yeah, man, that is like right up there with Robert Duvall's whistling. Like
That's got to be that, but
holy
that's got to
shit.
be Frank Gorshin's idea. He's like, "Okay, I'll do this while I'm thinking of." Fantastic.
Never seen it before, and I'll never see it again.
Not in a fucking movie, one. It's
Holy
too
shit,
weird.
whatever the fuck he was doing. And so they're just like, oh, he escaped through that ceiling fan that's 30 feet up in the air. And just like, they're okay, he's gone. But in reality, the scientists have brought Bruce back to the future.
Right.
And at this point, I'm thinking, how the fuck does time travel work in this movie?
I'm never sure how they recall him. It seems really random.
Yeah.
But, you know, they get the thing with it's in the tooth, so they're tracking him the
Yes.
entire time. So
Yeah.
it's got to be, I don't know if you really want to get into critical thinking on this ridiculous movie. But I don't know what happens. Shrug.
Okay. But yeah, I got no theories on how time travel recall works in this movie.
No, not at all.
They explain how they do the time travel eventually.
Yeah, they shoot you through a giant, like, accordion.
So he goes back to 2035, and the scientists are like, "You didn't do anything. What the fuck were you doing? Just banging chicks, doing drugs? What were you doing?" He's like,
Yeah,
"No."
right. Did you waste your time on drugs?
And
Women?
Yeah. No, I got arrested.
Because apparently there's one woman in the future, and she's a scientist.
Yeah. I guess.
It's very strange.
So she, yeah. He's like, "No, I got fucking arrested and put in a mental institute."
It turns out if you send a person back 40 years, they sound crazy.
Yeah, I can. So they offer him a second chance to go into the past and figure shit out.
They're very disappointed by him eating the spider, by the way.
Yeah, they play him like a voicemail, which makes no sense, about some chick talking about like have a nice Christmas and.
Yeah, talking about the Army of the 12 Monkeys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Right.
Because they have to piece it together. They piece it together sound by sound or something like that.
Like, how does this mean anything to you? He's like, fucking no. And they're
I
like,
was
okay.
I was in 1990. Nothing about anything that you're going to tell me about 1996 means anything because you sent me too far back in time.
Right. And they're like, okay, here's some pictures. Did you see any of these people? And he saw fucking Brad Pitt. So he's like, yeah, I saw that guy. And they're like, well, you fucked up. No, I just saw the guy you're showing me.
Oh,
You
also,
fucked it up.
they show him a bunch of
It's just
scenes of
locked up with that
like
guy.
a crowd scene.
Yeah.
Like have you seen any of these people? But before he tells them to go back, they stop on this weird pig head sculpture. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not a person. Am I supposed to have seen this pig head? It's not a person. What are you talking about?
So yeah. I saw that guy that you no, you fucked up. I was like, I was locked up with that guy right there. No, not good enough. All right.
Why are you asking?
What do you want to know then? Like, all right, we'll send you back one more time, see what you can do. And so this is where you see time travel finally work. And,
oh yes, please explain this.
They put like alligator clips on his nipples.
Yeah.
And which I was like, wow, that's good acting because that shit looks like it
it's
hurts.
Fucking
like,
anodes, right? It's just like a car battery,
I
right?
guess so. So they put alligator clips on his nipples and one on his fucking jowls and then
He's
like
wearing an awesome post-apocalyptic banana hammock.
yes,
This leather cod piece.
like a Mad Max style fucking cod piece, and then
All
they
right,
like,
I'll show my butt once, but I'm not showing my ding dong.
no, and they put him in this fucking squeeze box and just shoot him to the past. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
just squish him into a tube, and there he goes.
Yes. So it all goes horribly wrong, and he ends up in World War One.
Yeah, nice job, guys.
But he ends up in like the French part of World War One. Were they French?
They were French.
Yeah. And so they're yelling France at him, and he's like, "I'm Bruce Willis, conservative American. I don't know what you're saying." And he's naked. He lost his.
Speaking with frog.
He lost his modesty patch, and so he's just naked in the trenches in World War One. And he turns around, and his cellmate, or like the dude that was in the cell next to him from the beginning of the movie, pops up, and he's been shot in the leg, and then Bruce gets shot in the leg.
Yeah, it's like a hey, funny meeting you here kind of situation. No, he's got in his face. He's got in his face like
Mustard gas.
yeah, mustard
Yeah. Mustard seeded.
Yeah,
Seasoned.
delicious.
Yeah. And so then after that, Bruce, it just jumps back to 96. And we meet the psychiatrist lady who's doing speaking about a book she wrote.
In front of some
shit.
terrible 1996 CGI. Awful CGI.
Yes. And in the back of the room is what's his name? Brad Morse? Jeff Morse?
That's right, David Morse.
David Morse.
One of the easiest names. Start at John.
Yep.
And then move through the basic ones.
Yep.
And you would have gotten to David like third or fourth.
I don't know, man. Could have been like John, Jason, Jeff.
Jingleheimer
Yeah.
Schmidt.
Probably. So yeah, she's given a lecture about the Cassandra complex, which I'm not going to explain. You look it up yourself.
It's basically just the plot of the movie.
It's the plot of the movie.
People are telling you that something's going wrong, but nobody believes you. Is a Cassandra complex. It's like there's bad stuff going on. Help me, and they say no, there's not bad stuff going on. You're crazy.
Yeah. So so then there's this book signing. This David Morse with a terrible wig comes up to her and starts talking about doomsday preppers being the only sane people or whatever.
Right. The Chicken Little theory. That's actually the intelligent theory. And he stands there for like 2 minutes, rambling off that like nobody tells him to go away until this little old man is like.
He gets surrounded by little old ladies, and then an old man interjects like right in front of him, and then he just backs away slowly.
And he walks away smiling. He's smiling. Because he's evil.
So he starts talking about the destruction of the environment and blah, blah, blah. So she goes outside to her car and she gets kidnapped by Bruce Willis.
With bad laryngitis.
With bad laryngitis for a minute, yeah.
But as soon as he takes that thing off of his face,
He speaks
he's
perfectly.
fine. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Bruce Willis.
So he says like, take me to Philadelphia, and no time has passed for him, but obviously 5 years or 6 years has passed for her since the last time she saw him.
Math checks out.
And so how did they figure out? They figure out that Goines is the founder of the 12 Monkeys somehow.
That's Bruce Willis's suspicion, is
Right.
that it's Goines because he saw Goines. He overhears it from somebody, Army of the 12 Monkeys.
Oh, and when David Morse pops up into that book signing, my note is, hey, wow, that dude from The Rock. No idea. So yeah, they go for. He's like, take me to Philadelphia. I've got to track down Brad Pitt, and so they go on a road trip. And then there's like shit going on.
I love that you insist on calling this a road trip when she's like clearly in distress and he's weeping happy tears over listening to fucking Blueberry Hill.
Yeah, no, it's a road trip. Oh, and he pokes his they he pokes his head out of the window while he's enjoying the fresh air.
He loves this air. He loves it.
Because they don't have fresh air in the future, and I was laughing because he puts his head out. He's going like not moving his mouth at all. But in post production, they put in da dee dee da da da. But so they had him come back in and record that noise, but then his mouth is just open and there's no da-da-dees going on at all.
That seems like a real Terry Gilliam move. It's
yeah.
Like, I need him to be making a weird noise here.
No, he was just going, like head out of the window like fucking Heath Ledger and
I do think he goes a little
Knight.
bit too far with like the childlike glee thing here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too...
And this is where I was getting to like, Bruce saw Brad like really hamming him up, and he's like, "Oh, should I be hamming it up more?"
There's another scene later on when he's back in the future, where it's not Bruce Willis's bag, and you can see him being kind of uncomfortable with it, and I see it, and I'm like, "Ooh, this doesn't work if you're Bruce Willis."
But so also like the going back and forth between realities is starting to fuck with Bruce, so he's starting to like lose his marbles a little bit and not know if he's crazy or not.
Right.
So they are starting to see Bruce is starting to like follow the breadcrumbs of like pictures that he was shown in the future.
Right, because he sees that last time he was in the future, he sees that thing that says the Army of the 12 Monkeys kill 5 billion people, whatever.
Right. And so he finds like he starts seeing like 12 monkeys paint on the walls in certain places. Then
The awesome logo for this movie.
yeah, homeless dude comes up to him and tells him about like they can track you with their teeth. Look what I
Also,
did, and like
This
all
is
his
the
teeth
second
out.
time that Madeleine Stowe gets to do some really on point you smell bad acting. Like she does it with Bruce Willis in the car, and she does it with this guy. She's like, it's great. It's wonderful. She's really good at it. I'm convinced.
So yeah, her plot description is going to become really unhinged now because
It's
the
not
movie
our fault.
becomes really fucking unhinged on purpose, because this is supposed to be it's really fucking well written, because the movie becomes unhinged because Bruce is becoming unhinged, and so like it puts you in that frame of mind, which
Right.
is fucking fantastic. Which is why I like fell in love with the end of this movie and stopped taking notes. I was like, "Oh, I'm into this.
Right.
What's going on now?" Even Wikipedia just gave up and is like, and the end.
Well,
So it's like, I was relying heavily on them to get me through this part of the plot, but even they're like, and then, and then it ends.
is that all you got there?
It like really fast forwards here.
Okay, so let's skip to the part where
So they're
He's-
just following the breadcrumbs. They meet old vagabond who says they could fucking track you with their teeth, and they're like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?" And she almost gets raped, but he saves her.
no, you're skipping way too much here.
Okay.
They before the breadcrumbs thing, he gets her to stop at a motel,
Right.
and he ties her to the bed
Yeah, and takes
so
her.
that he can take a power nap.
Right.
And he has this flashback to when he was a kid, and he saw this guy getting shot. He has these flashbacks intermittently throughout the movie.
Right.
And he wakes up, and he gets real close to her face.
Like real rapey with her.
And he goes,
yeah.
and I'm not sure why,
I don't know.
because he's not trying to intimidate her. He's just trying to, because he saw a woman this time in his flashback dream,
Yeah.
and it looked exactly like her, except
And
her
he's
hair
just
was a different color.
Blowing hair
But
out
it's
of her
like,
face or
what
something.
Use your hand. You touch
Yeah.
her face later and leave dirt prints on her chin. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Take a shower. You got a motel room. And then he goes and gets a huge amount of snacks from the vending machine.
He
and-
dumps her purse for change.
Yeah, and then they follow the breadcrumbs again. And they see the 12 Monkeys thing, right? They go to
the paintings.
Yeah, they go.
Yeah.
They're canvassing the street for what he's seen in the pictures that he saw in the future. And little aside, the posters covering this wall, we have a Muse live show and Nas's Illmatic,
Oh.
1995.
And
6.
he's Philadelphian, right? Philadelphian?
No, don't think so. I think he's from New York.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know.
They were like 40 minutes away from each other.
Now you can do She Almost Gets Raped. They go into this
So
abandoned theater or
he's
something like
following
that.
the paint trail, and like the old dude's like, oh, check your teeth, and then they're like, all right, weirdo. And
Right.
so then they find red paint, and they follow it into this building, and she almost gets raped, and he saves her.
He gets beat up, and
Yeah.
you're missing the awesome nut shot where he's like begging the one guy who's beating him up. I can't remember it exactly now, which is unfortunate, but he makes this awesome squeal when he gets kicked in the nuts. It's amazing.
Oh,
And-
some point before this too, they're. Oh yeah, when they pull up and he's like, "Holy fuck! I recognize that's a 12 Monkey sign. Let me out of the car." And he gets out of the car, and she sits there, and she sits there.
Yeah, she's in on this. It's the weirdest thing.
And they're like, "How many escape chances do you need, bitch? Get the fuck out of
She's-
there!"
It's one of those things, like she's supposed to be interested in his well-being for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
Once
because
somebody
he's
kidnap-
vaguely familiar.
Once
but,
somebody
like, they never
kidnaps
explain
me,
why. Yeah.
I'm kind of done being sympathetic for them.
Yeah. Duly noted.
Yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm an easy one to kidnap, so it's not going to be a big deal for you. But
And so fast forward again to the nut shot, and he fucking craniums this dude into a brick wall, and this whole fight scene. I'm
And
like, this
stomps
is
the-
why you never
dumps the other motherfucker's head flat.
Yeah, like this is why you never put a comedian in charge of action scenes, because it's just super cartoony
It's
and
not
like
great.
you've never been in a real fight. This is not what a real fight looks like. But yeah, he stomps the dude's head in, and like you can tell like Terry Gilliam's choreographing it, because this is the worst that Bruce Willis has ever looked fighting another dude.
Yeah, it's
Like the punches being thrown are shitty. The kicking.
the
is
kick
like
to the
awful.
side is so it's like
Weird, yeah.
babying Bruce Willis here.
Oh man, and yeah. So like, this looks bad, but whatever. Oh, and there's a really good scene. There's a really good part of this scene where she's like, "Holy fuck, you stopped his face in. He's dead." And Bruce was like, "All I see are dead people." Like, hey,
Yeah, I wrote
Sixth
down-
Sense.
No, that's
M. Night
that's the
Shyamalan.
kid, and that's a few years from now, Bruce.
Yeah.
It's not. You're getting your movies mixed up.
Yeah,
He's getting his timelines mixed up. He's 4 years in the future.
so many fucking parts of this movie. I'm like, oh, it's Tyler Durden. Hey, Sixth Sense. The dude from The Rock. Whose boss, like,
Poor David Morse.
wants to shoot out a virus into San Francisco or whatever. It's all comes back to 12 Monkeys.
You know, people really like that movie. Like, it's got an honest to goodness good reputation.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sucks.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of reasons why I think it sucks that a lot of people are happy about
For
it.
some reason, it was like really good for its time, and I don't know why.
I'm all for a dumb action movie, but like 90s dumb action movies don't quite do it for me the way 80s dumb action movies do.
Yeah, I get. Well, no, like Demolition Man was good.
Yeah, but that was like 92.
Still
It was barely the 90s.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. All I see are dead people.
Pause.
Okay.
I'm surprised I made it this long.
I don't know. I've seen people piss into a bottle and stuff.
I mean, we've all pissed into bottles. I would say all men and most women have pissed into a bottle or attempted to.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So okay. So they get out of their rape scene and they track. They get out of this building and.
I hope that's how it was written in the script. They get out of their rape scene.
So they get out and he sees that fucking pig that you were talking about.
Right.
Which is the entrance to a sweet, sweet 90s head shop.
Right. It's got all these jungle noises going on. It's got all these hanging plants all around the place. It's ridiculous.
So the head shop is like the headquarters for the 12 Monkeys army. And
or three fucking hippies.
Yeah.
Basically. Just three PETA supporters.
So they're asking about Brad Pitt, and they tell him, like, yeah, we were doing some cool shit.
This
and
fucking kid with the beanie is immediate, like, he holds him up at gunpoint. He stole the gun from these thugs that tried to rape Madeleine Stowe.
You didn't have a gun the whole time? I got one now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, so they tie these people up, and this one kid with, like, the super, like, Grateful Dead beanie just coughs up all this exposition about Goins and his dad. It's like, Goins is picketing his own father, the Nobel Prize winning virologist. It's like, this is not how people talk. We couldn't do this a better way. Just show me a newspaper for more than 15 seconds and I'll read it.
Yeah, they, again, and it's another, it's another one where I was like, lady, get the fuck out. He's like, completely turns his back on her. He's like, hey, we'll go lock the door over there real quick. I'm going to talk to these people and give them my full attention.
It's funny what she says. He pulls
this
gun on these people, and she's like, it's okay, I'm a psychiatrist. Just do whatever he says. Like, great, you're a psychiatrist. So you're what, hostage number fucking 4? Fuck you.
Yeah, they give him all the information they need to know about Brad Pitt. They find out that he's fucking working for his dad now.
Yes, he's gone back to daddy. He's going to supervise all the animal testing.
Oof, yeah. So they go to track him down, and where is he?
Well, there's one thing before they're at some kind of dinner party, some kind of celebration at Christopher Plummer's mansion, and Christopher Plummer is Brad Pitt's dad.
Fucking Philadelphia or Baltimore, or do they have to go all the way down to Georgia because Christopher Plummer's got his weird accent?
I think we're in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I think we're back in Philadelphia. We came from Baltimore, I suppose, D.C., something like that. And at one point during this drive, they stop, or she pulls over because he's rambling on about everything. And
he's like, I got shot.
This is the first time she cares to notice the
he's been
obvious
limping
bullet wound in his leg.
Bleeding profusely from his leg.
So she pulls over and she's like, you got to get some help for that gunshot wound. He's like, no, it's fine. It's like, I'm a doctor. It's like, you're not a medical doctor. You're a psychiatrist. You're going to dig around in somebody's leg? You didn't go to those classes.
No. What's going on? And, I've been shot. You were shot? Where? World War One? Fucking what?
No. He's like, it seemed like a war. But
and so she's like, yeah, I'm a fucking doctor. I'll take that bullet out right quick.
And she does. She does it fucking perfectly.
I just need some medical supplies from this gas station. They'll have everything.
In the middle of nowhere.
They'll have everything I need. No.
Not at all. Not even close.
No.
Out here in the sticks, there's nothing else on the road.
So she does a bang-up job repairing his leg. And so they forward on to Christopher Plummer's mansion to track down Brad Pitt. They park in, like, the woods outside the mansion. And he's like, all right, I've got to do this alone.
No.
They get lovey-dovey or...
No. He grabs her, and it looks rapey again, and they fucking cut away from it.
Yeah, he fucking they park out.
No,
in
he
the
does
woods.
You smell so good.
Yeah, and he grabs her.
And then he starts. I have to do this. I have to do this.
Yeah.
Whoa! What the fuck? I don't remember this. I've seen this movie a bunch of times. I do not remember this.
And so they cut away to the dinner.
And I'm still like, what the fuck? I don't remember this.
And so they're like,
and she never appears in the movie again. They let you think you raped and dismembered her right there.
Yeah. And so they're like, okay, Mr. Pitt, there's somebody here to see you. You've got fucking weird friends.
You
so we
still got the
assume he's one of
crazy eyes.
yours. Never like established how crazy as shit Brad Pitt talked himself into a CFO position or whatever the fuck he is.
It's just because his dad keeps taking him back. It's one of those like shitty kid, but the parent can't say no kind of situations.
Yeah, there's this whole subplot of this kid that's down in a well.
Right.
And
this is a Simpsons episode, by the way.
Oh, sure, yeah. So it's a subplot. It's like you don't think it's important, and she's like, "Oh, there's that kid down the well," and Bruce Willis is like, "Yeah, it's a fucking prank. He's in like his dead.
He's hiding in a barn."
Shit. Just throwaway nonsense, or so you think.
And they send down a monkey with a roast beef sandwich.
And so
that's a throwaway line that's
So-
fucking amazing. They're gonna rescue this kid. They don't know how to get him out yet, but they're gonna send down a monkey with a roast beef sandwich so he's eating. And I guess has somebody to talk to.
Bruce is trying to sneak into this fucking party, and there's two Secret Service dudes or whatever talking about that, and they're like, and then he gets inside, and they get Brad Pitt to come talk to Bruce, and so they reconnect, and Brad Pitt's like, holy shit, it's you. You gave me the idea.
Yeah, you gave me the idea.
You gave me the idea for everything. And so Bruce starts freaking out, and so he takes off running. And so the Secret Service go around looking for him, and they bust into a room, and on the TV is a monkey being lowered into a well with
a roast beef sandwich.
With a sandwich in a Ziploc bag.
Doesn't somebody say, like, how are they going to keep the monkey from eating the sandwich?
And a camera, yeah. That monkey's, he got to eat that sandwich. And so, yeah, the monkey's got a video camera and a sandwich being loaded in a bucket.
So then we go out back to the woods, back to where they had the car.
Yeah.
And
and the TV, like, and in other news, the body of whatever her name is has been found, assumed strangled. But, like, that was like a body misidentification because she's in the trunk, and she's pissed that he shoved her in the trunk.
Yeah, and
I just put her in there so like she wouldn't run away.
I wrote down, no, folks, that wasn't a rape scene, thank God.
Yeah, so she gets out, she kicks him right
That's
in the
a different fucking movie.
And
there's a hilarious orchestra sting when she kicks him in the face. It's like, bang! Just get that out of the fucking way.
So she kicks him in the face and kicks his ass a little bit, and he feels bad, and he's getting fucked up because he thinks he started the 12 Monkeys. And he thinks he's the reason, like, the world ends or gets virused or whatever. And
so he's splashing around in this, like, collected melt water in this little clearing that they parked the car in.
I just want to stay here with fresh water. You got fresh water, fresh air, sunshine.
And then
Zach,
he said it, so they call him back.
Yeah.
And then it's one of my favorite fucking scenes in the movie.
Is when he goes back in time, or is when Law and Order Special Victims Unit shows up?
With hair?
Yeah.
Boy, is he a smarmy douche in this movie.
Thinning hair.
It's, I think the hair, the very 90s hairstyle trying to cover up his thinning hair makes him a more effective cop douche.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't believe Madeleine Stowe's story that
Yeah.
the guy disappeared or any of this stuff happened because it sounds nuts.
Right.
Like, why didn't you try to escape? Basically, what you've been saying for the last 15 minutes. Why aren't you running away? Why?
Yeah.
Huh? You're obviously working with him, aren't you? You're an
And
accomplice.
she's got like 2 live-in lawyers or helpers or whoever these fucking people are.
I didn't understand that either. Like, oh, she has friends, I guess.
Are they roommates? Are they employees for
I did
her
like
book tour?
how that
Is it
guy,
like her agent and her manager?
how
or
the
like,
guy who's in that scene fucks up and accidentally turns the news about her up when he's trying to turn it off.
I appreciated that, yeah. But I don't know why those people are there. And so but nobody believes her, and so she starts to like lose her mind a little bit. Like
She starts getting all frantic and saying basically
Yeah.
all the same stuff that Bruce Willis has been saying the entire movie and
Yeah.
is greeted with the same response Bruce Willis was.
And the guy's just whatever his name is
Christopher Maloney.
in Law and Order Special Victims Unit is like,
Stabler.
hey, we got Detective Stabler got was like, we got ballistics back on that bullet you took out of whoever's leg.
Oh shit, did we just find another thread? You think this is a prequel to Special Victims Unit?
No, he's just a cop.
Is that,
He's seen a lot of
is that
things.
Detective Elliot Stabler?
Yeah,
Nice.
and he got transferred to New York.
Learned
Right
a
now
lot
he's-
from that case.
Right now he's working in Baltimore or whatever.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah. And so he's like, this bullet is from World War One, and the last time it was shot was 1920.
It was before the 1920s.
Yeah.
World War One was over by 1920.
And so she's like, holy,
History lesson.
holy
Ended.
shit.
World War One ended December something some odd, 1918. We should know that because Armistice Day is like
A big deal?
it's a big deal before soccer games.
It's a big deal for the poppy flower, as is heroin.
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
Hand in
either.
hand. I
I'm
know.
sure there's an explanation, but
I'll look it up later. That's a
We're-
different show.
yeah.
So she's getting fucked up because she's like, this bullet was shot in the night. No, I just pulled it out of some
That can't
asshole's
be
leg.
possible.
Let me go look at my conveniently placed photographs.
Well, because part of her Cassandra,
complex
was the buddy who was next to Bruce Willis in the future.
Right. Was like, this poor bastard said he was from the future, and
He'd
that doesn't
forgotten. He'd forgotten all knowledge of French, but spoke fluent English.
because of mustard gas, and I will make zero connections in my head until 35 minutes from now. And so she pulls.
Well, if she does it right then, we don't have a movie, Paul.
I guess. Or she just goes, no, that'd be fucking ridiculous. And
Because it
just
is
moves over,
fucking
like, yeah.
ridiculous.
So, and she pulls up the picture of him and who's in the background but Bruce Willis.
Nude.
Nude loincloth, maybe, Bruce Willis?
No,
Like,
it's the draped thigh.
Yeah,
It's the draped forward thigh,
yeah.
sheltering his modesty. Did a little Buffalo Bill tuck.
Yeah, probably. So
Then we're in the future.
So then she goes, holy fuck. Like, everything starts getting crazy in her head. And then we're in the future.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is fucked. Like, he doesn't know which way is
You're
up
skipping
anymore.
past my
Yeah.
favorite fucking part.
Go for it.
Okay, so all these scientists, you got an astrophysicist and a
Generic scientists.
botanist
mostly.
and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff. That's their names. That's what they're credited as.
Oh.
The geologist. Yeah,
Oh.
that's their characters' names.
Huh.
And they're all singing a cappella Blueberry Hill
They
as
are,
he wakes
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like he wakes up and he's looking at the ceiling and it's like this beautiful sunset, but
With deer and stuff,
slowly they tilt down to these scientists all a cappella singing Blueberry Hill. It's the most amazing fucking thing.
And then they were like, we found out you liked music. They're like, okay, but why? This is just going to fuck me up more. Why would you do this to me?
Exactly. It just happened to be Blueberry Hill that they picked,
Yeah.
and that's one of the songs he was exposed to.
Yeah. So they're
Had
like,
to. And when he was in 1996, he only heard 4 songs. 2 are like generic pop surf rock, and the other 2 are Blueberry Hill and What a Wonderful World.
right.
I'd rather hear Blueberry Hill sung by a bunch of future scientists.
I guess so. And so they're like, yeah, you did it. You found out what's going on and this. So here's your pardon. You don't have to go back anymore. And so there's this voice that Bruce has been hearing, and
But he freaks out because he thinks that they're delusions.
yeah,
Like, he thinks he's actually been diagnosed as schizophrenic or whatever.
yeah, and so he thinks he's in his
Yes, he thinks that
world
he's
that he made up.
in his delusion, and they don't like that, so they drug him.
Yeah,
And then he's in a room by himself, and he hears that voice. Go ahead.
the voice which sounds like the old dude talking about
The toothless guy.
Yeah, and okay, so he's like, you got to figure out, you got to be smart if you want to get back into the past.
This guy's got an awesome voice.
What?
Nobody ever heard of this actor before or after, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Because he's got what do you say, Bob?
Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome. He's awesome at it. But
So somehow he convinces them to listen to him about going back into the past again.
and also the astrophysicist, when he's being interviewed again in the fucking hydraulic chair that they for some reason
Nonsense
take him
chair,
20 feet into the air.
And give him the weird camera thing.
The astrophysicist lady is, you said we weren't real, Cole, in a real pouty voice. It's amazing.
So instead of just talking to him, they have like this big ball of TVs with their face on it just to fuck him up even
And
more.
other stuff like regular TV is playing
Yeah.
as well on
Yeah.
other screens. It's very strange.
Um,
I mean, it's a Terry Gilliam movie.
and this is the point in time where my notes have stopped. I'm into the movie.
Right here?
I'm into it.
All right. I'm pretty much out as well. Anyway, he makes it back to the future,
Yeah.
and Brad Pitt's got his little hippie minions around him.
Yeah.
and
So
Madeleine Stowe is going back and
she's
trying to
at the
seek
head
this out.
shop, and she's like, "You motherfuckers, open the door! I see you in there." And right before he gets sent back, he sees a message that says, "Is this the center for the virus? Is there a virus? 5 billion dead."
Which
and-
she puts up in
which-
spray paint.
We find out that after he goes back, we find out that she's the one that spray painted it on the side of the
Not
building.
super convincingly either. You can tell that the way that this is spray painted on there with that red spray paint would take a person. It's long, slow work.
Yeah, but it took her 30 seconds.
Yeah, she's just doing a couple layers and moving on.
Yeah, and she does not know how to work a spray paint can.
She sure doesn't. That was bothering me.
So she is like, I know you know about things, and I'm looking for Bruce. And Bruce is like, I'm over here. He's like, oh,
Yeah, he just kind
hey!
of waves
Yeah.
shyly from the crowd.
Hey, he's got a cute little sweater on and stuff. Nice little cardigan.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very
It's the
well
best
dressed.
he's dressed in the
Yeah.
entire movie.
So she goes over there, and he's like, I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I
you
know
were
I'm not-
right. This is my delusion.
Yeah.
You gotta help. I want to be cured. I want to be normal.
And he does like the most adorable, like, I'm turning myself in the world. He
He
just turns around.
I'm turning myself in.
I'm
like, come
here.
get me.
Yeah. And she's like, no, fuck that. We gotta go. And so she takes him, and they take off running, and end up in the weirdest crack town
Yes.
I've ever. Where the fuck in Philadelphia is this? It's not like a crack house. It is an entire crack village where they have like a crack museum and like
Also,
a crack neighborhood and then
before
like
all
a
that,
crack motel.
when
and
Brad
stuff.
Pitt is yelling at all of his little lackeys who are useless,
Yeah.
there's that line with the pathetically ineffectual and pusillanimous pretend friend animals,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
That's a good line.
And he
And so
he
he-
gets done with this whole rant, and he's like, "What do you think about that?"
Yeah. His middle finger is the worst though. It's the
Yeah,
worst.
it's just that it's like this. It's the little tiny
it's
middle
the,
finger.
Yeah, it's the worst middle, and it's prevalent throughout the whole movie. It's
Yeah.
the worst middle finger ever in cinema ever.
So anyway, Cracktown.
So he yells at his like minions, and it's heavy implications. Like, we're gonna fuck this town up, and we got
Yeah,
big
it
things
seems real
happening
doomsday shit.
or whatever. Yeah. So they take off and do their thing.
And of course, by then the movie's got you, so you're not thinking, well, these four idiots, this crazy guy, and these three goofs, these fucking post-grads.
Yeah. So they end up in Bruce and Dr. Lady end up in Cracktown, USA. Whole crack economy, and it was just a weird place. So they go into the Crackdown Hotel.
Crackdown Hotel.
Yeah, and they get a room for an hour for $27.
It's pay for it by the quarter hour. I mean, obviously, it's a sex motel.
Yeah, and so they go up to a room, and she's like,
"Oh, don't forget that the desk clerk rats them out, like makes the call to
a pimp.
Yeah, to a
figure
pimp.
Like, do you got a new whore? Or
got a
what the
new
fuck's
girl
going
does
on?
does
Role plays and
role
shit?
plays." But I wrote down this is my last note on this movie.
Okay.
And I wrote, see, my assumption would have been that Cole was the prostitute since he looked like he was in rough
Right.
shape and she's paying for the room.
Right. But no, the dude that's like looks like a crackhead is paying for a well-dressed hooker.
I
Like,
mean, I guess
can't
they
afford
they
that.
didn't have male prostitutes in
it's
1996.
sexism is what it is.
It is. Who says a
She's
man
yeah.
can't sell his body?
And who says a powerful woman wouldn't want a hooker?
Right. They
Anyways.
absolutely do. Hung is a TV show.
Yeah, shame on that crack hotel owner.
Or was a TV show.
Businessman. So they go up to their room that they've got for an hour, and he's like, yeah, I'm fucked up. She's like, no, you're not.
And he's real calm about it, and she's fucking freaking the fuck
Yeah,
out
she's
trying to
going
convince
banana,
him that
yeah.
he's not crazy.
So it's like a complete flip where she was trying to convince him he's crazy, and he was trying to say, I'm not. Now it's flipped around where he's like, I'm crazy. And she's like, no, you're fucking not. Here's the picture. And he's like, oh, fuck. And so then the shittiest pimp in the world shows up. Just this, like, he's like, Sid Vicious walks in the door and is like, who the fuck are you going to beat
It's also very much a
real
a
cartoony.
stock
Yeah.
pimp character. This is my territory, bitch.
Yeah.
We didn't work real hard on this part. Huh?
Yeah, like, whatever. So he walks in, and he starts slapping around Dr. Lady, so Bruce snaps to it, realizes he's not crazy, and hits him over the head with the telephone, and then takes him into the bathroom, and it looks like he's going to fucking kill him, but he takes out his own tooth with a knife. No screaming or whatever.
Yes, by the way, if you'd like to see other fine moments in self-dentistry in film, see also Frailty.
Are these all Bruce Willis?
Not Frailty, that's the wrong movie. Damn, I had a whole list of them, and I didn't think to write them down. I had 3 right on deck that were just people taking their own fucking teeth out.
But you don't see anything.
Castaway?
Yeah.
If you want to cry by the end of your self-dentistry movie, you can watch Castaway. He has to take a sore tooth out.
They don't...
Affliction, that's what I meant. Not Frailty. Affliction. A movie nobody has seen.
Yeah, he just closes the door, and the dude's like, what the fuck are you doing? And opens the door, and he's just bleeding from his mouth because he
And
took
Bug.
his tooth out.
William Friedkin's Bug. I'm sorry, I'm remembering all these self-dentistry movies like right off the top of my head. I'm done.
So they take off, and he's like, all right, I guess I'm not crazy, so let's figure out the rest of the movie. And
they do.
And they do.
Because now's the time where the movie's like, okay, we got to kick it into gear. So is this the point where Brad Pitt's kidnapping Christopher Plummer?
So Brad Pitt kidnaps his own dad, and...
Jeffrey, I know that's you, son. I recognize your voice. No, you don't.
No, you don't. It's annoying because, like, these kind of movies are like, man, Brad Pitt's the man. He's so fucking funny. And then there's other movies like, fuck Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I know. You know what? The thing he's really helped by in this movie is that this is a crazy over-the-top character. Teeny tiny doses. Well spaced out.
Yeah.
Like, this would go way too far if he was the entire fucking middle of the movie.
So, yeah, he kidnaps his own dad, and you're thinking, like, oh, fuck, now he's gonna... I guess in the hotel they call Christopher Plummer and like, hey, somebody's going to steal your virus. And he's like, no, I'll up security. Thanks for calling. And then, like, fast forward and Brad Pitt kidnaps him, and you're like, oh, fuck, this is where they get the virus.
Well, also, that's where they see... That's where you see... Isn't that where you see that David Morse works for having a really hard time with his 3-syllable name?
It was coming out David Mason. Fuck, man.
Well, anyway, this is where you see that he works at Christopher Plummer's lab.
Right. So they kidnap Christopher Plummer, and they're like, we're gonna do some wild shit. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I never realized this before, but you're absolutely out of your mind.
So
Took this long? Do you see the contact lens he's wearing in one of his eyes?
So he wore it for 6 months.
That looks
this movie.
That thing looks super
Painful,
uncomfortable. Yeah. That looks thick as hell.
So they take him to the zoo and they lock him in a cage and they release all the animals. And then like Bruce Willis and Dr. Lady are driving down.
Okay, maybe it's not David Morse. Maybe it's just you. You're just having problems with the names.
No, the David Morse that really is fucking me up.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, they're like they're still trying to figure shit out, and so they're driving along, and they hear she's like, "All right, let's just fucking get out of town." Like,
So they get a taxi cab.
Yeah.
And the taxi cab lady, real casually, I forget what they say. Like, let's get to the airport. So
it's gonna take you a long time to get there because
it would be quick on a normal day, but now you gotta account for your army of the 12 monkeys.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" And it just comes to pass that like the 12 monkeys were just a bunch of
they're just freeing all the animals from the zoos and stuff.
It's just like really nonsense protesting.
Well, it's what a crazy person would do.
And they just locked Christopher Plummer in a cage, and that's the end of that.
And that's the end of Christopher Plummer in this movie.
Yeah.
Barely in this movie.
And so they're like, cool.
Maybe that's why that was his consolation prize. Is like, well, we only got about 3 scenes for you, and you don't have many lines, but I guess you can do whatever accent you want if you want.
So they start laughing together and having a good old time. And then they get back into the city, and she's like, well, why don't you, it's 986, right? Why don't you call that phone number and leave a voicemail? And so he gives her the fucking phone number.
Yeah, right. You do it. He's like, you do it.
Yeah. So she goes and calls it, and she comes back, and she's like, ha, 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 it was just a cleaning company. And I said such and such and such, and he knows exactly what she said.
Yeah, and he says it back to her as she's saying it.
And about Christmas. And so
then they're like, oh, fuck, it's still going to happen.
Yeah. So they still realize, like, the 12 monkeys had nothing to do with anything, but the virus is still happening, so holy shit. It's like, all right, well, we're going to the Florida Keys.
Which is a great way to mislead your audience, by the way. Name the movie 12 Monkeys, talk about Army of the 12 Monkeys until, like, the last 15 minutes, and it has nothing to do with anything.
Really great twist, because then you get to that point, you're like, oh, well, fucking what's going on?
Yeah, so, like, you got an hour and 45 minutes of, like, red herring all over the place.
Yeah, it's great. And so they go to the airport, and all the cops are, like, looking for them at this point because it's a big kidnapping, whatever. And Special Victim Unit Detective Stabler is not happy. And so they get to the airport, or they go to like a store and buy a bunch of wigs and mustaches.
Right, they buy
stuff.
their disguises, and this is when they get to the airport. This is when Bruce Willis runs into his cellmate buddy from the future, who's wearing some super 90s getup, so he's blending in like crazy.
Yeah,
and he's wearing glasses because of his mustard.
No, Bruce is like, fuck, she called that fucking voicemail number. Let me call that voicemail number. And so he calls the voicemail number, the cleaning company, and he's like, I don't know, like,
right.
Whatever.
Army of the 12 Monkeys has nothing to do with anything.
You still need to figure it out, but you gave me my pardon. I'm not coming back. I took my teeth out, so
right.
I'm going to the Florida Keys.
Well, talk about a post-apocalyptic future. That's where you want to go? Getting freed from the future is the fucking Florida?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. So he gets on the escalator, and his Jose, or
I can't remember his name.
Jose, I think, shows up and is like,
I know the actor's name is like John Seda.
Hey, you called the number, so here I am. And he's like, oh, fuck, I didn't want you to show up. I was just giving you guys a heads up. And so he gives him a gun, and he's
like, it doesn't matter. They can't recall you anyway because of your teeth. And then he gives him this giant gun.
Yeah,
This
gives him
dirty, hairy
a
gun.
giant gun in the middle of an airport. He's like, well, take care of business. You can finish it. He's like, what? No, I don't. Don't give me a. They're already looking for me. Don't give me a fucking giant gun right in the middle of the airport.
Yeah, right. I got
motherfucker.
this loud Hawaiian shirt on, this ugly wig, and this mustache that I just can't keep stuck on.
He's probably just greasy or sweaty.
Well, yeah, but then don't do the mustache. Just do the wig.
So she's off. Dr. Lady's off getting tickets for the airplane, and she pays like $600 in cash for airplane tickets. Lady's like, holy fucking cash, huh? It's like, yeah. Just shoves it in her face.
Yeah.
So they get back together and they start realizing like that they virus. She runs into the David.
She runs into the crazy guy.
Yeah, she runs into David Morse.
Hey.
And she's like, oh fuck. He works at the Vitality shop and has the virus.
Aim for the red ponytail.
Yeah, I don't know how she figured out that he was the guy.
It was like she recognized that he was a nut from
Yeah.
his whole thing, and you know.
He told her where he works or something.
And then we dive right into what previously had been flashbacks from little child Bruce Willis's point of view.
Yeah, and so he knew he was seeing Dr. Lady when he was a kid, but he never saw the face of the dude that gets shot.
Right. Just sees him die.
And so there's like the more of the red herring stuff where Brad Pitt has long hair, so you assume it's like Brad Pitt getting shot.
Well, in he has a false flashback too, where it's Brad Pitt bustling through the airport,
Yeah.
and they have him turn and be Brad Pitt and say,
Right.
"Watch it" or something to the kid.
Yeah.
So that's why initially he thinks it's going to be Brad Pitt.
And now, as the audience, you're starting to piece together like, oh, he has the same fucking Hawaiian shirt on, and
Right.
so they try and get through airport security to try and kill the dude with the virus. And while they're chasing him down, Bruce Willis gets shot, and Dr. Lady's like, oh, no.
As you do when you pull out this giant, like, 45 Magnum fucking whatever the hell this thing is, this hand cannon.
You pull out Al Capone's handgun, and you run through the fucking security checkpoint and knock over, like, all the TSA members.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, they're going to open fire on you. And so David Morse gets away. She comes running over. She's like, oh, my God, you're dying. And he dies. And then she's like, oh, he's supposed to, like, have this dream all the time. So she looks up and stares baby Bruce Willis
Right in
in
the
the
face.
eyes.
And little baby Bruce Willis is like,
Starts fucking crying because he just saw somebody get shot.
one thing, though,
And he's got this weird lady staring him down.
I really wish that they'd gotten a kid who didn't have braces.
Oh,
Because this kid has braces,
yeah.
but he also looks like he's maybe 11.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not really sure how old he's supposed to be.
Okay.
I guess I could have done research on how old Bruce Willis was at the time, but I didn't do that. But I just wish the kid didn't have braces. I want him to be a kid, you know? Not a tween.
Oh, okay. I guess. Yeah, it would have made more sense if he was like 6 years old.
Yeah, I just want him to look tweenier.
Because then, if you're 6 years old in
Like
96,
natural tween, like not getting my teeth corrected.
Yeah. Because he's supposed to be however old in 2035, but then this is him as a kid in 96, and he's
Right.
11-ish. So, like, how fucking old are you, dude?
You're not 51 years old, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Weird. So, anyways, the dude with the virus gets away. She stares at baby Bruce in the face and freaks him the fuck out. Enough to scar him with this memory that he fucking has nightmares about it for the rest of his life.
Right.
And so the dude with the virus, he was also being super creepy with the viruses and the security check line. They're
He's
like,
creepy through the whole movie. It's so obvious from his first appearance. As soon as he has lines and they're
Yeah.
all like conspiracy theorist nonsense, it's like, well, there's your fucking bad guy in the movie. No mystery here.
so, and they're like,
Also, at this point, I think David Morse was exclusively playing bad guys in high-profile movies.
oh, maybe.
Like, he'd have to make indie movies to be anything else, but if he makes a high-budget movie, he's probably one of the bad guys, right?
He's not the bad guy in The Rock.
I don't know. I didn't see The Rock in a long time.
Oh. He's the. Well, I guess he's a bad guy. But anyways, he's in the security line getting his fucking briefcase of viruses X-rayed. They're like, "Can you open those, please?"
And he's creepy. He's like, open it.
They don't even have a smell.
Smell it.
Holds it under the dude's nose. Like, no, that's all right, fucking guy.
Like, look,
Holy
David Morse.
shit, closed it up.
If you really want to wipe out the entire population, killing this one TSA agent right now is going to alarm some people. So be a little more secretive about it, huh?
Yeah, so anyways, he makes it onto a plane.
And he's going everywhere in the world, too. He's going to, like, Karachi. He's going to fucking the entire globe.
Kinshasa.
Yeah. Kinshasa.
Rio de Janeiro, San Francisco, all on one plane ticket?
That's an expensive plane ticket.
Because for some reason they, like, look at his plane ticket, and he's like, yeah, I'm going here, 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 and here. They're like, huh, that's a trip, huh?
That's a
like,
hell of a trip.
That's a hell of a trip. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm probably only going to spend about half hour in in each place, so.
Walks away. So that's how he spreads the virus, and he gets onto the plane, and he gets his business class glass of champagne, and he's sitting next to one of the scientists.
The astrophysicist.
From the future, and she's an
the
insurance
only woman.
salesman.
No, she's not.
She's an insurance salesman.
No, she's not. You're fucking the lineup. He sits next to her. She is the same. I'm sorry, Paul. He sits next to her.
Yeah.
She's kind of being cold towards him.
Yeah.
And he's
giving her weird shit.
Well, he's fucking all excited. He's about to wipe out Earth.
Right.
And he leans over and he introduces himself. And she says, Jones, I'm in insurance. She's going to get him. She came back from the future. She's going to get him. She's going to finish Bruce Willis's job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why she's the same age 40 years prior.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool until you start thinking about it and then like, so this only happened once and you took me back to a timeline that doesn't actually exist anymore? Terry Gilliam, you're fucking me up, dude.
Roll credits.
Yeah, roll credits.
So it's a great movie, yeah.
Great
I fucking lost interest in taking notes. At like,
this is why we should only pick kind of mediocre movies, I guess.
I guess so, because then we can give you a full like outline of what we think start to finish.
At least we can make jokes about it.
But made it,
there were a few jokes here, but pretty much it was just us saying, weird, awesome movie.
Yeah, I made it 90 minutes into the movie and just got into the movie. And you could see it in my notes, too. It's like, ha, 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 oh.
Yeah, right? What's going on here? And he still fucked up the ending. This is how twisted your head gets with this movie. Trust me, it took me multiple viewings to get that, by the way. Jones, I'm in insurance.
Huh. Yeah, I finished the movie and this whole movie is fucking fucks your brain up.
It's a good movie.
Wow, this is the best thing that Terry Gilliam has ever done. I guess I have to watch The Fisher King to figure it out.
The Fisher King is not as good as this.
Okay.
You need to see Brazil. Brazil is like...
And whatever the Jerry Hunting or...
Jerry Hunting?
Yeah, whatever the British movie I should have seen was Trophy Hunting or...
Oh, no. You don't have to see Time Bandits. You don't have to see Time Bandits. Time Bandits it's a really dark kids movie, but to like it, you kind of need to be 12 or younger because there is a lot of kids stuff and dwarves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's along the lines of your labyrinths, your dark crystals, that kind of stuff. You have to have seen it by a certain age to really love it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't, and that's why I didn't love it. I'm like, this is a fucking kids movie. It's good and it's weird like Terry Gilliam movies are, but I'm not 10. It's fine. I never need to watch it again.
Yeah, I loved the movie. I thought it was great. I always loved seeing Brad Pitt give a shit about acting in a movie.
Oh, those were the days, man. The 90s.
Yeah.
Hey. Fucking Ocean's 11 movies.
And seeing Bruce Willis Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt actually gave a shit about the same movie at the same time. Holy fuck.
A weird crossover.
Yeah.
1995 was a hell of a sweet spot, and Madeleine Stowe had a movie career.
Yeah, I guess. And David Morse was in there.
Well, David Morse still shows up.
He does. But now he's like, just like this teddy bear supporting actor.
More of an older authority figure type
Yeah.
now. Not so much a bad guy all the time. Still occasionally.
He was a good guy in the Green Mile.
He was. He was
Yeah.
the sweet best friend.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a teddy bear, like supporting actor. He's just like you go to him for a
I
hug.
mean,
and he's just
everybody's a
gentle
teddy
words and
bear in
stuff.
that movie except for what's his face guy.
Oh, Sam Rockwell.
That's not Sam Rockwell. You remember that dude who married the 16-year-old girl when he was like 52? And he was an actor? That guy. That's that guy. So he plays a creep in that fucking movie, and he's a creep in real life. How about that?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
There was like a documentary about it or some shit too.
They
It
were
was on
getting a lot of
TV
publicity
show or
for a little
something.
while.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd watch this movie again. For sure.
I own it, so, I mean, you know how I feel about the fucking movie. I love
Yeah.
this shit. I'm all into it. I own the Fisher King, too. I'm not going to bring it over, though.
Okay. I can.
I don't trust your children. Or your dog. Actually, I'm more worried about the dog.
He doesn't eat stuff.
I just chews on it for a while.
No, he eats his own toys. If
Well,
he
it's-
goes for anything, he goes for
the
food on the counter.
Big
and stuff.
reason is because it's a Criterion Collection edition of that movie, so it was expensive.
Oh.
Criterion DVDs are like $28.
Why?
Lots of special features.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, they
Circles.
make sure. Yes, that's right. Circles. There's circles all over the place. No, it's the best picture quality, best sound quality, mostly best sound quality, depending on how old the movie is.
Oh.
But that one's actually a Blu-ray. Now that I think of it, and those are like $40.
Huh.
But they're real visual movies. All Terry Gilliam movies are. So I needed a Blu-ray.
Okay. 12 Monkeys.